1 year ago this week, historic flooding swept through the small Canadian border town of Sumas, Washington, causing devastation to homes and businesses in the area. This morning, we are taking a look at the recovery process over the last 12 months. King 5's Angela Cockade is live in Sumas. So, Angela, you talked with some of those business owners who are now getting over this. How are they all doing right now?
Well, Christine, some of the business owners I spoke to say the sound of rain makes them nervous. The recovery has been slow, and while their businesses are back up and running, the fear and anxiety of another flood keeps them up at night.
The glass doors had been broken by having furniture and whatever hit it.
It's been 1 year since Rick Kildall first saw his business of nearly 30 years underwater.
This area was full of furniture, booth seating.
Rick and his wife Wendy own Bob's Burgers and Brew in Sumas, a city that was hit hard by the devastating November 2021 floods that inundated Whatcom County, causing $50 million in damage, $600,000 of that to Bob's.
We walked in and didn't even know where to begin.
But he did begin, cleaning out the mud and debris, one room at a time, he says, all while facing construction delays due to COVID and unanswered questions about flood insurance and grant money that never came.
And meanwhile, you're spending everything you have.
2 businesses down, Locomoca owner and Sumas Chamber of Commerce president Nicole Sandoval Postma said she too was frustrated with the lack of communication from county and state officials about flood mitigation assistance.
Because everything that I hear from officials or politicians or higher ups, I relate to the businesses so that they can better protect themselves, but there's no information to share.
She says the chamber helped where they could, like setting up Venmo accounts for donations.
And that did help keep doors open or reopen with a little bit of that rebuilding.
Still, the flooding took its toll. Of the town's 16 businesses, 5, including the town's only doctor and a nail salon, closed for good, and the rest.
Most are one bad month away from having to close their doors.
While the burgers at Bob's are still being served and the coffee at Locomoca still hot, the threat of another flood runs deep.
I dread getting flooded again. I don't think I could do it.
Hundreds of hours of meetings with county, state, federal, local governments.
The mayor of Sumas, Bruce Bosch, says he's been working with neighboring mayors on how to best mitigate flooding from the Nooksack River, calling it a political game. Meanwhile, people in Sumas continue to turn to each other.
Their house has been flooded, their house is dirty, and they show up down here and say, what can we do to help you?
Rick wants officials to know that's the kind of town Sumas is, and it's worth fighting for.
Small towns matter. Yeah, it's only 1,000 people. I think that's the math that goes through their head. But to those 1,000 people, it's a big deal.
Now, Rick told me while they've made some progress financially, they're still down by about 25% in profits, mostly because so many people have not returned to Sumas. So there's just less people coming through their doors. For now, reporting live here in Sumas, Angela Cockade, King 5 News.